Okay, we got week 1, question 6. Here's a good one to test my integration skills. We'll see how it goes. So basically we've got a continuous random variable, and there is the probability density function. So all you have to do is remember the relationship between little f of x and big F of x, which is that big F of x equals the integral of little f of x from minus infinity to x. And so in the case of this one, we know that since there's zero probability anything less than 0 is going to happen, it's going to be the f of x is going to be equal to 0 to x of little f of x dx. So all we have to do is integrate that little thing. I'm going to come down the bottom here so I get a bit more space. Equals 0 to x of 5 over x plus 1 to the 6 dx. And I'm going to rewrite that just to make it a bit easier for myself as 5 times x plus 1 to the minus 6 dx. So let's see here. Well, so we know if we're differentiating, and then I like to do this by inspection because I can't remember all the rules properly, so you might be able to do this in a better way than me, but what I find is we're going to get a negative 1 here, and you're going to get x plus 1 again, and to the minus 5, because I think about it like a reverse differentiation. So if I'm doing minus 5 times minus 1, I'm going to get the plus 5 I need, and then to the end minus 1 is going to give me the minus 6, and then when you multiply by the derivative of the inside, you're going to get times 1. So that's going to work out just nicely if we were to take the derivative of that. If we were going to do this again, you'd get minus 5 times minus 1 is 5, x plus 1 to the n minus 1, which is minus 6, multiplied by the derivative of the inside 1. So it works out just well. But that's not the end, that is x and 1. I'm probably being a little bit wrong here, because we've used the little x on the inside, and then it'll get out on the outside here. It might make more sense if we do something like t plus 1, just so it doesn't get confusing when you substitute in. So let's just change that into a t. And then when we substitute the x's in, what do we get? We get, which is equal to minus 1 outside of x plus 1 to the minus 5. Oops, don't know why I put 1 there when that's 0. Minus, and then we've got the minus 1 times t, which is 0 in this case, which is 0, plus minus 1 times the minus, plus the plus 1, which is the minus 1, and 1 to the minus 5 is still going to be 1, so that's just going to be minus 1, and that's going to give us our final answer of 1 minus 1 outside of, what do we got? X plus 1 all to the minus 5, and how can I not go onto another page, which is the same thing as, well, I don't have to write it out again because you can see it right there. We've got the negative indices here, so you just flip that onto the bottom, and we'll get the 1 minus 1 over x plus 1 to the 5, and that's the answer that we've been given. So, hope that made sense. We'll move on to the next one.